Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Everest Curling Club Championship. We're live from West Edmonton Mall, and it's just been a fabulous day of curling. And tonight we have a great feature game with Team Manitoba, who we saw earlier today on the men's side, against Team Nunavut.
Yeah, it'll be our first chance to see the guys from Nunavut. I know they were excited last night for a good week here this week at West Edmonton Mall, so it'll be interesting to see how they start off. I haven't seen them play. Is this their first game, Jen? I'm not even sure.
No, I think they played earlier today,
right?
and they lost. They had a loss today, but great draw to the button by both teams. Both teams were actually fully in the forefoot, but both over-curled the line. So that'll be an interesting thing to watch for in the game today. As the ice is curling, you need a lot of rotation, and definitely can't be a little bit on the inside on the motion on release. Just got to make sure you use all the broom. And the first rock is already underway. This is lead Hunter 2-2.
Yeah.
We had a chat with him last night in the lounge. Super excited to be here and just commenting on how great the event is. Just the hospitality has been amazing. Just everywhere you look, you feel like you're part of something big, and they are. This is a massive opportunity for these great players, and it's fun for us to be a part of it.
Right off the hop there, Jen, as you said, we do get an over curl on the guard. The weight was good for Hunter, but line a little bit over curl, so opportunity for Manitoba right off the hop. Nunavut did play earlier. They played Alberta over on sheet E. Tough start, Manitoba, Alberta on day one. Nobody wants that.
And this is the first opportunity we've had to see Andrew Peck. Andrew, they have a 5-man rotation, Team Manitoba, so Andrew didn't play this morning's game. And so his first shot, it is a little bit fast out there, and it's hard to get that feeling, but nice shot. Nice first shot of the event by Andrew. He actually normally plays with Shannon Burchard's brother, Daniel.
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
Oh, royalty has joined us in the booth here. Mr. Stu, the voice of curling.
Let the games begin.
The games begin.
So this looks like tight ice to me, Brent. You got to make sure that we use all of this broom. Considering the first one he gave edge of the 8-foot.
I would agree, and they're not sweeping this one early for some reason.
Yeah, they just got to believe that it's going to curl. So they didn't sweep that for line, and we're going to go probably on the other side of this guard.
That's it, and yeah, his weight's close.
Really good weight, just not quite enough ice. And there you go.
There it is. Hey, this team likes to be honest with each other, it sounds like, right off the hop here. We've got Terry Lichty III letting Wade know that, hey, man, we need way more ice.
Oh, I'm pretty good.
A little bit late. Maybe you could have told him that before he threw the rock. I mean, I could have told him after. That's a front ender talking for you right there, though.
You just need a little bit more rotation too, Brent, just to maintain that line early.
Go ahead, Josh, if you can.
Really impressed with the sweeping of Team Manitoba.
Easy.
They're young.
I think you're pretty much buried.
They're young and strong and eager, so it's fun to see. They just swept that one a little bit too far, though, right behind the tee line.
Interesting to see where Wade puts the broom this time. Sticking with that ice, eh? Just took a couple inches more.
I think you probably need edge of the 8-foot for this.
I like Greg's chances. His last name's Howard, and when you're a Howard,
you're a good curler, yeah. Coach Glenn.
Terry's hitting this one hard. He knows it's going to curl. It's actually on a pretty good line, but I wouldn't stop sweeping it.
No, they need to sweep this one for line and weight. Now you just got to stop and hope to stop for second shot rock. Not a bad shot.
Weight was good.
Weight was perfect. We just need a little bit more ice.
Typical Howard. The only way they miss is if the broom's in the wrong spot.
And then you see Team Manitoba, Zach has opened up the broom a little bit for this come-around attempt by Joshua.
Joshua had some over curls this morning in our game, especially
just on his
the
in-turn.
So it'll be interesting to see here because this is obviously a curly spot. I think he's a bit heavy, though.
The line is good.
Line's good. Easy, whoa.
And that's a perfect shot.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely perfect. Need a big shot here.
Greg just
From
needs to throw
second,
this-
Greg
yeah,
Howard.
Same weight here, and if they can get, he's taking a lot more ice. That looks to be the right ice. If he can throw that same weight, should have a good chance of getting in there and getting out of a little bit of a jam here early.
I really enjoyed sitting talking with these guys last night.
Yeah,
Great bunch of guys.
Second or third time I've met Wade. He was, we met him at a Briar a couple of years ago, and just loves
In the patch?
game. And maybe in the patch. I doubt it was in the patch. Probably in the gym. Probably,
This is
late
looking
night.
good. Get it by that top one.
All right, that's a great shot, bud.
Really
pretty
good
good.
shot, yeah. Sweep it a little bit and get it by, and it's really good.
Yeah, that's good too. If you get through those, I think you're.
I think you'll see Manitoba just try and free that. Oh, he's heading up to the guard. Interesting. Okay. Just going to open it up.
I don't mind this call.
I guess he's got both sides. That top 8 red one's in a great spot for later in the end to remove shot rock. I won't make any tuck delivery jokes anymore. Jen was awfully sensitive to those this morning.
Yep, yes.
Manitoba proud. You probably called in a favor. That's why we got Manitoba twice today.
Yeah, you know. Well, no, I can't. I didn't, but it's a great way to start off the event, isn't
That's
it?
true.
And Team Manitoba used to play the junior program at St. Mattel Curling Club. It's a very strong junior program. The club's been thriving, and obviously it's a place where I grew up, so it's
You going to take any credit for that?
no.
That's a coincidence?
My dad worked hard.
That's true.
Yeah.
I witnessed that firsthand.
All the volunteers,
But I think Team Jones had something to do with that as well.
maybe a little bit.
I'd never heard of the St. Vital before you, so. You're going to throw the guard back on this, protect shot rock.
Oh, we had Hunter at lead, and Hunter's playing third, so my apologies to...
Whoa,
Huh?
needs the curl.
Don't think so.
No, okay. They just had the graphic up wrong there. Yeah, sorry about that. So this is Terry.
Easy.
If this is in fact Terry, Terry has a record in curling that neither Jen or I could touch.
What's that?
Terry's got 2 8-enders. How many you got?
Only one.
You have one?
Yeah.
Come on. Eight-ender in curling is like a hole-in-one in golf. How many of those do you have?
None, but I was really close. Remember? I thought it went in.
You're not even going to ask me? I have one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I got lucky one time.
You just wanted to tell the world,
Yeah, I
didn't you?
did. I had to get even. So they're playing that one top 8 now.
Jack played outstanding this morning.
He sure did.
Yep, whoa.
Looks like he's off to a good start here, too.
Yep, yes.
Oh, what a
How
shot.
good is that?
Really good.
Yeah, great shot.
Not so bad.
Kind of lined up that, a little bit unlucky how that lined up. I don't think that catches the back, but certainly open for a takeout.
Yep.
Yeah,
Edge
you
on
can
edge.
almost make the double and roll behind.
Potentially, for sure. But line 3 early is always a good sign.
Or you play the freeze. Yeah, those are the two options.
We gotta hit something.
Calling the hit.
Just about. Right here.
Terry reminds me a bit of Rich Hart. We're speaking about the Howards. This is a little bit of Rich Hart, you know, skipping from the 3rd position kind of thing. Terry seems to have a lot of input on the strategy so far, which I don't think is a bad thing. Oh, this is going to be tight by the guard.
Oh, just.
Almost perfect, but total disaster, unfortunately.
Okay, what? Draw weight 14.5? Probably about the same as draw the button was.
So close.
Cautious of the weight.
So now Manitoba will just draw open side. Leave Wade a fairly simple double, but certainly set up for at least 2 or 3. Get a mistake out of Wade, it could still be a 4.
Yep.
This is going to curl.
I like it.
You're good. Aim for T-line.
Jack seems to like it. Sweepers aren't killing it, that's for sure.
I think it might be a little bit heavy, but it looks like it's going to stop in the
Yeah,
rings.
good shot. Good rush, guys. I think you still kill you through and roll that way.
Just trying to limit the damage here. Try to make this double, and maybe you'll get a hit and roll out by Manitoba, or you can try to make a nice double on your last one. So when the skipper kind of has to come in and make a couple of big shots for their team to reduce the damage.
Hard to see from here. We're a little bit off to the side, but how much does that drag? Not nearly enough to get near that back one, eh?
I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it. Make the double, maybe even roll in front of that one in the back would be nice, and leave Zach a challenging hit to lie 3 at least.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Didn't throw this one very hard. He's gonna have to hit it really good to make that double, which I think he
Roll
did.
it, roll.
Oh, it did get awfully close.
Good.
Didn't quite drag into the back one. Good shot from Wade.
There should be a double on Wade's last one somewhere.
That's the advantage of letting the other team lie so many. There's usually a double.
3/4 here?
Yeah. Okay. Like, you know, yeah. Straight
on the
eye.
line.
Stick around.
These are always hard to throw early in the game. You want to make the shot good, but you're really, when the ice is curling, you're protecting against the over curl and the jam.
Call him low. I expect it'll curl a little more than this morning.
It's a good read early.
That's
I
a good
think.
expectation. That's what we're seeing as well.
Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
There it goes.
Starting to curl.
Right on.
Good.
Good brush.
That's right. There's
Might be a triple.
there. Not sure if Wade can throw it hard enough, but if he hits it perfect,
I'll draw it out. Oh, I'm
thick
going to see if
half.
I can draw it out here for you.
I'd like to see that too.
So you'd hit this stone on half of it. Shooter would go over there, and then this stone would come back and catch that one and remove both of those from play.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah. That's why you're in that seat. What do you see this as about a half stone probably jams on the back. So thin half or thick half. Oh, legends are filling up the booth
We got
tonight.
Randy Furby in the
King
booth.
Randy Furby himself.
Here to make sure things are going good.
Big triple opportunity here, Randy. Throwing, he's got the right weight.
Yeah, sure there is.
This one's over.
This one's
a bit.
curling.
Maybe roll to the freeze. No,
I
he's
think
on
it's
the
got on
nose.
the nose. Great try. Great try. Great brush. And now Manitoba with the open hit for 3.
Where was that one? It was just. It was a little bit more on. Like it was half and half-ish, or a little more on this side.
If we take the same, it should be close for nose.
Yeah, shade left. Okay. Okay. Throw it just off the line.
Manitoba for an early 3-point lead here, an open takeout.
Yeah.
Same shot he threw on
I
his
think we should see
first.
this. If I throw
Shouldn't
it
be
just
too
off the
complicated.
line, I'm thinking we should see this being pretty good.
I think he's going to throw just a touch more weight than his first one to protect against the over curl, is what the conversation was. I think they got a little bit nervous on the last one.
Off. Clean. Clean. Yep. Yep.
And this is looking pretty good. A great opening end by Team Manitoba. They pick up their 3 and take an early 3-0 lead over Team Nunavut.
Sweet guys. Sweet shot.
We're about to start the second end of our Everest Curling Cup Championship. It's the third draw here live at West Edmonton Mall. It's a great atmosphere, super fun. So happy and honored to be a part of this.
Got a full full arena of action again tonight. 5 sheets in play. Give you an update on who's where in a minute here. Andrew Peck for Manitoba. The first game he sat out, but this is him in action playing lead. Andrew's an accomplished junior player. In his bio here it says for a couple of years there he held the record in Manitoba for the most junior games at provincials played and won, which is pretty impressive. Obviously a solid junior career.
Shot, Andrew.
Really good.
Perfect. We haven't seen many people be able to get that line today, Brent.
That's very true. The center line seems to be elusive with all that curl.
So we're going to see a guard here from Hunter.
I hit that a bit.
So giving up the 3 in the first. You know, Wade wants to make a move here, get some guards up, try and generate a couple of points here and get back in this.
I think we just got to take a little bit more ice, though. It's almost running out of rings.
Yeah, you bet. Perfect speed.
He's got to give Hunter 2 feet more than the rest of us. Like,
They're listening.
They're listening. A lot of chatter after the fact. Might be good information before we throw, but hopefully they'll pick up on that.
Josh is wrong. Hard dodge. You gotta move it. Keep going, buddy. Hard.
Good looking shot here from Andrew.
Right. Just going to the
A little bit light, which stayed open. I think he was on a good line. If he had a little bit more weight, give Nunavut a chance to chase if they so choose.
Oh, I'm surprised that they didn't draw around the corner guard. This doesn't look very easy.
That would have been a really good weight.
Not much rings around that corner guard, unfortunately. Drawn to a spot, but
Wider than anybody else's throws.
just not putting a lot of handle on that rock. That's going to curl as well.
You can see how the rock is not spinning very much as it's going down the sheet.
He's got to be careful here. He can't take out this guard with the 5 rock rule.
I think it's a perfect tick shot.
There you go. Double
Called his own
corners.
shot. Perfect.
Very good result.
No. Lucky there's no tick rule, eh?
14-5, Josh.
Manitoba going to throw a guard back on that, Jen? Is that what the call was?
I think so, yeah.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Stay close. Yeah. Hard. Hard.
Top 8.
Hard. Hard. Stay
So
down.
some of the other action around the world tonight, around the mall, so to speak. We got a big matchup, a classic matchup on the women's side over on sheet E with Ontario versus Alberta. On one of the rocks is blinking red there on one of the handles in that game. They've got a couple of handles in play, but not on all the stones.
I think they're just trying to try some out for the next national championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Nova Scotia, Alberta on the men's side here. And on the other side of the arena, we've got Northern Ontario with an early 4 on PEI. A tough shot Ben Mickelson made in the first for 4. And we've got Newfoundland versus BC on the women's side. Try and keep you updated the best we can while focusing on the main event here in the center sheet.
Trying to remove some of these yellow stones from play. The double takeout attempt. Actually, that worked out pretty good. Get that rock
Chip one
behind your
the
corner.
Yeah, very good result. Manitoba lying 2, but not super comfortable as you can see.
Yeah. No. Touch more. We swept that the whole way. Touch more.
I was really impressed earlier today with Manitoba's communication, how they communicate, draw weight, sweeping. Really seemed to be a high-functioning team. Like we said, I think they'll be there at the end of the week.
Yep. Okay. I think you're good. Close. Top 8. Okay, you're good. You're good. I don't think he needs to curl though. Okay. Like, I don't think he needs to curl. You're quite dead.
Good shot.
Nice shot, Josh.
Really nice.
Really
Very
nice shot.
Yeah, Wade's going to call the double. He could call the freeze, follow that down, but that's a pretty precise shot.
Yeah.
Greg seems to like the double as well.
Just make sure you stick the shooter. That's the important part here, man. You got to stick the shooter.
That's he's
have to
right.
He's not wrong.
Sometimes easier said than done, though,
Yeah.
especially when you're throwing it hard.
This one's not thrown very hard, but is on a good line.
Not heavy.
Gonna stick the shooter.
Okay.
Pretty good shot. Definitely still an opportunity here for a deuce, as much as Manitoba continues to lie too. Definitely an opportunity for a deuce.
I'm thinking line out.
Should curl a little here.
Because he stuck the shooter, it's forcing Manitoba. At least they've chosen to. I guess not forcing, but they've chosen to chase the one top 12 and try and hit and roll in and lie three that way.
I like this call. The other stones are very close to the tee line. No
Yeah,
chance, no
yeah.
reason to take risk on that.
Hard. Yeah, right out.
Jack's a pretty accurate hitter,
Whoa.
but this looks like it's curled a little bit. No,
Oh, sorry, guys.
they just overswept it just a little bit.
I thought he got it moving a bit.
Now we'll see a freeze, I think, from Team Nunavut.
Let's hope so. I
He's
think
looking at
that's
the double.
get one around those corner
Can we just
guards.
hit and roll on top of that, or what?
No.
No, it's,
You can
can't.
see Terry looking up. There's a big screen TV where they can see the other end. Don't think that the physics work out on the hit and roll on top.
Pretty flat.
Not even sure he can make that double.
Yeah, they're gonna call the draw now. Yeah, this is, oh no, they're calling the other turn.
Okay. Hit and roll over that way, I guess. Like I said, I don't think that he can make that double, but I guess if he noses and then Manitoba knows, then you could certainly make the hit and roll on top. Certainly like the idea of getting one in front of those two red ones behind the corner guard. Easier way would maybe be to draw it over there, but they're gonna stick with the hit. Unfortunately, this one's over curled.
Yeah, I don't know. If I go shot rock over here, like that, edge of the floor, then they're probably.
Manitoba trying to draw a play away from that corner guard, away from that kind of semi-pocket of reds over on the side, and draw a side 4-foot for shot rock.
Line's good. Aim for tee or a little deeper. Okay. Okay.
Sweepers feel it's heavy.
Curling now.
I always hate the
Just
feeling when the
tee a
sweepers are
little
sliding
deeper.
beside
Back
it.
forward,
Now they
back
like it.
Looks hot.
Four, I think. Don't want need full 8 foot.
This one is a little warm. We're going to leave him the freeze for shot rock, unfortunately. That's a big miss. Now they can draw one over there behind the corner guard. Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Right there.
Chance for Terry now. Make this shot. The deuce is very, very likely. At least you'll have a chance, you know, a shot for two. Be virtually impossible to take this rock out if it's made properly.
Looked a little bit hard,
Yeah, that's what I thought too, Jen.
but it's curling.
Come on.
Line's good. He has the right weight. It actually needs to curl.
Hard, guys.
Looks like they like the weight. Sweeping it in there.
Don't lose the line.
Actually under curled.
And it was light. What do we know?
Yeah, hey.
You
That's
can
why
get
we're in the
inside
booth.
if it goes
Yeah,
out.
yeah, you kind of have to.
What,
Right?
you just don't control? Touch this? If you
Well,
kill one of the reds, it's
if you
dead.
click it, it might.
Yeah,
You gotta hit it then.
Okay, well then, yeah.
Control weight.
Should move it there. So.
That.
think so.
Surprised that draw didn't curl more, Jen. I
Yours
wonder.
didn't do anything crazy on the other
No,
side.
that's true.
I would be surprised if this one took off. I think that's probably lots of ice for control. Trying to hit, you know, a half rock low here, 3/4 low.
And low means across the face of the rock. So over curling the
We
rock
gotta
to
get
avoid
at
the
least a
jam.
little bit low. We got to get it a little low. Because if it might go into the back one if we nose it.
Looks like he used all the broom.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Curl. Josh. Curl. Hard, Josh. Hard. Touch it.
Oh, great shot.
Good shot. Very good. Called and made.
Gotta go again, man.
Yeah.
Gotta go again.
Still have a chance to make this freeze. It's just much more difficult now with that red shooter sticking kind of in the way. But if it's made, again, if it's made right, it will not be removable by Manitoba. So Wade with a chance for a skips deuce here.
Boys think it's a little bit light.
Lots of room. Tons of room.
It's not curling yet, Brent.
Gotta be here.
It's kind of running like it's heavy, actually. Now a little misread out of Wade's hand there by the front ends. Greg and Hunter there thought it was light, so they jumped it right away, and there's really not much, really no worse feeling as a front end player to jump one out of the thrower's hand and have it end up being heavy in the end, but certainly not done intentionally. They're trying to make the shot. They just made an error there that's unfortunately pretty costly. We're gonna have to make a draw here against probably 5 or a hit against 5, which is uncomfortable for anybody.
Yeah, let's put it just on this side of the line. Top 12.
Makes the draw.
Yep.
Much trickier.
Kind of middle outside the middle of the 12 foot.
So you can hear them talking. They want to just put this top 12, which tells us that they want Wade to draw against 4 or 5 instead of throwing it in on the side 4 foot and having him hit against the bundle.
Just over the line, so he kind of gets him throwing this turn, right? That thing goes crazy.
You can hear what Zach's saying there. They'd love for him to throw that in turn that curls so much.
Is it a little heavier than last game? You think? Okay.
Sounds good. Line's good.
I would think pretty
Top
close.
12.
Line's good. Always Josh.
Line's good.
Top 12. Just full 12.
Just bite the top 12. It's fine.
Sweepers look to like it.
Always
Curls
straight.
now. Take a look. Take a look. Take a
Really
look.
finishing.
Just here. Can't be much deeper. 6. You want to hit it or you want to go? Okay, yeah, it's fine. Good.
Slipped in where you could nose it for 1 by the looks of it.
Right?
Can't jam it on that
Up
back
to you,
one
man, whatever
though.
you're comfortable with.
This is the skips decision whether you draw or you
You're
hit.
okay to nose or hit inside or draw. Just full 8. Whatever you're feeling.
You have a lot of
You want
rocks to
draw?
roll into. Oh, he's going to throw the draw.
Stick with this out.
That doesn't look like, that looks like less ice than Zach just took to draw that one there. I would personally like to see some more ice here. Don't want to make this a line shot. You don't want to have to sweep it for Wade if you get tight here, if it's not required. But we'll see. Let's see. It's, like I said, uncomfortable shot for Wade, but really a game saver right here in the second end.
Keep it clean, boys.
This
Yep.
is really tight.
Yep. Yes, straight. Gotta go, boys.
I don't like where this one's heading,
Gotta
Jennifer.
go hard, guys. Hard,
No, I
guys.
think it's lost a lot of its weight.
Oh,
Oh, that's too
unfortunate.
bad.
Just got it curling early, and when that happens out here, I know we sound like a broken record, but it's just going to lose all its speed. And unfortunately for Nunavut, that's, I think, a 5 steal. 8-0 after 2 ends.
What the heck happened there? What happened there? Did he pull back? Yes, yes, yes!
Welcome back, curling fans, to the Everest Curling Club National Championship. Tough start here for the boys from Nunavut. Really tough second end there, giving up the 5 steals. So down 8-0 early. Desperate times now. The fellas will probably just try and get a deuce on the board, try and build a little momentum, get used to the ice. I'm not sure that a comeback is in the cards, but never say never, as they say.
Hit that a bit. Hit that a bit, Greggy. Yeah.
Trying to get the corner guard up here. Anytime you're trailing, you need to generate points, you need some guards.
No trouble with the 5 and 6. Yeah. Yeah.
You can see Terry coming down and
Should be really close.
giving Wade a pat on the back and
pretty
saying,
good.
no worries, man. He
Run it
knows that they
again.
put him in a bad situation,
Should be
gave him a
fine.
tough shot, and unfortunately it didn't work out for them.
Still not curling yet.
Sign of a good teammate.
Easy to drop. That's in the 4 foot.
Really good. Yeah, I know it's kind of crazy, eh?
Asking Hunter for the takeout here, a hit and roll in front. Important to keep the shooter around, obviously.
And no hit. That's not the foul now. We should be just hitting and rolling in front of the front one.
It's close here. Yeah,
Nice shot.
called and made.
Wrong row. Saw.
I love their team chemistry out there, Team Nunavut. They're super supportive. It's not going well, but they're having fun. They're there for each other, making their skipper feel okay about that steal of 5.
Pretty simple strategy for Manitoba from here on out. See a yellow one, hit it.
Control. Stay close.
Oh, curl. Curl. Curl.
Oh, mistake there from Joshua. Got it a little bit wide there, trying to play the hit and
100 all
roll.
the time either.
And
around that corner.
flashed it. Chance to light 2
You
for
can
Nunavut.
see
Here you
they're
see it here.
trying to make it curl, and they just go by the yellow and then unfortunately remove their redstone from play.
Not that deep.
Big come around attempt. That doesn't, again, look like very much ice.
No, it sure doesn't, Jen.
Haven't missed a lot on the
Oh, and
under
unfortunately,
curl.
No, it doesn't.
got that a
Hit
little
bit.
soft too, so this is going to get real
Looks like a
close to
lot
the
of
guard.
weight, though. They might want to come to this back red.
Yeah, let's get on that back one, Wade.
You got to sweep it for line if you want to keep it on that red one.
Good call, Hunter. Good call, buddy.
Good call. Maybe just a second earlier, they might have been able to save that one.
Wait, your weight was good. Your weight was good. Same. This will be
Clean.
close. Really?
Clean. Clean. Just clean. Just clean.
So
just
opportunity kind of missed there for Nunavut, unfortunately. And Joshua doesn't make the same mistake. Makes actually quite a good roll to take away the, come around the corner guard and take away the freeze. So Wade's gonna have to deal with that shooter there.
I like this freeze, Brent. I also don't mind tapping that back behind the tee line,
Sure.
opening up your corner guard. But oh, got some more ice this time. Excellent.
Tough start for PEI next door. Northern Ontario up 6-0 early. We were impressed with PEI early, so Northern Ontario must be playing well. The rest of the games are still quite early and quite close. Alberta women up on Team Ontario. Chrissy Gorn, Alberta up 2-0. And we've got 2-1 BC over Newfoundland on the women's side. Just a little bit heavy. Had the line perfectly this time, but just a little bit heavy there from Greg Howard, so it bounces off. And another open hit for Manitoba here. Nova Scotia men up 2-0 on Alberta. And that's your update for the other 4 sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard. Hard.
Throwing this one real hard. I wasn't sure if they were nosing or they must have been trying to peel that out.
I think they were, yes.
Hangs on, which
That's fine.
isn't a bad thing.
I do think you have to try to move this stone at the top of the. This corner freeze is good if you can make it perfect. If you ever get to the nose of that and tap it straight back, though, it's very difficult for Team Manitoba to remove it.
For sure. Now that you know that Jack hung on the corner there with his peel attempt, that could become a jammable stone.
Okay, so time for Terry to throw a draw.
Looks like they think it's close. They're going around it, I think, here, Jen. So nice heads-up call there to try and sweep it around it, make it the takeout difficult for Manitoba. And they got a yellow one in there that's difficult to take out.
Very nice. I think, yeah, really the only way to get that stone out, you might be able to chase it, but you can come off your own red on the side of the 12-foot.
Making them draw, which is probably a good thing. I mean, they draw one there. You're not happy for Nunavut, but I think
You need a mistake.
the more you can get Manitoba drawing, you know, the better chance you have of scoring multiple points, which is obviously what they need.
Stay close. Close. Whoa. Whoa. It's running.
Whoa. T is good. Whoa.
Just really got to get the speed right here. As long as they're lying two when this is done.
This looks a little bit on the hot side, a little bit heavy.
Wade looks more excited than Zach does, which isn't a great sign for Manitoba. Slides through the back door.
Now you play that corner freeze or you try to tap that
A little
over.
bump. Yeah. Great opportunity here for a multiple score. Terry just threw this shot. He should have a pretty good idea of the line and the weight. See if he can make a perfect shot for his skipper here. That looks awfully hard, Jen.
Looked like he was struggling a little bit with where he was sliding, and sometimes it really makes it hard, but the weight's actually coming off. It got out wider, Brent. This is looking pretty close.
Went for the wide hook, eh? Fading one in there or hooking one in there.
This is
This is on
looking
a great line if it's
perfect.
there.
What a shot.
Just a little bit light, but
Still pretty good.
definitely a problem rock for Manitoba. Interesting situation. Up Okay, I was going to say up 8. I can't imagine they're going to draw, and then they called the draw, making me look silly. I think they'll ultimately hit that top yellow one and roll out and make Nunavut make that perfect
I don't want to
freeze.
push it like there. That's really bad.
Throwing like normal weight on it, but I don't think you're normal.
It's either you rip the stick or you draw around.
What do you like here, Jennifer?
How hard is it to rip the 6 only?
I like hitting
Impossible.
the stone that was just put in play.
He knows the 6. That's not bad if he knows.
So and make him make the perfect shot. I guess if he
A
does.
little high on the
You have the
right
in off
there.
off the side one. Told them to.
Yeah, agreed.
He corner freezes. We get in. It's 2 for him. Let's. Okay.
So Zach even thinks that that red one is open enough that if he corner freezes, it'll be open and he'll be able to nose it and blast it out of there.
Yeah. There were talks of drawing around it, but I think I'm willing to test him to put it on that red really well.
Zach's playing and commentating, doing 2 jobs at once.
Love
I think
it.
he explained it well.
Looked a little bit inside on this one.
Definitely looked like he hooked that pretty well.
No, they're holding it though.
This is big trouble. Something's happening.
Good.
Oh, he got in for shot rock.
Oh. Things are going good. Even when you're missing, you turned out okay.
Sorry.
Guess they can nose that. Then Zach will have
You can see here they
there you
got a
go.
little bit inside, ticked shot rock out, but his shooter managed to roll in for shot rock just by an inch or so. It's just going Manitoba's way
Sorry.
tonight.
We almost got by it and got the back.
You might be shot wrong.
That was,
Control.
Looks like a nose hit will give them shot rock here, and then that'll allow Zach to slash double with no real danger of jamming it on,
I think
on
they're
anything.
trying to hit and roll behind the corner guard.
Okay, I like that. Just really got to stay in line 2 here. He'll just hit that back one. Wade Kingdon here, throwing, looks like about control weight. Looks like this has to curl a lot at the moment. Maybe a slip double if he can just tick it.
Get on that
Bump
red.
the freeze and stick. That's
Oh, what a shot.
fancy.
Oh, it didn't kill the
Didn't
top
kill
one.
it, unfortunately, so he just gets the draw over here. But that would have been, if that red one went out of the house, that would have been a great shot. But instead, oh, here we go. You can see it here. Under curls, he got it a little wide out of the hand. Just feather ticks the top one. Not a great view, but bumps his back one, yellow one frozen, so that one's going to be there. Unfortunately, didn't kill the one he was intending to kill.
So this is really just a draw to the 8 foot for
not a ton of
Manitoba skip. Zach Waskalik.
Wasilic, I think.
Wasilic.
Our apologies to all the families watching. We'll do our best to pronounce all the names, but they don't come with instructions. This is where Jack kind of slid one through the back of the rings, so they should have a pretty good idea. I'm sure they gave Zach some good information on how fast it is here. They're on and off it. Bad news for Nunavut, good news for Manitoba.
It's real good. Like if you're here, it's nice.
Line is also good.
Deep, bring it.
Perfect shot.
Pretty tough and long double for 2, so I think you'll see him. Oh, I think he's going to take it on.
Could be just drawing to the
Following
stone.
him
that-
down. Yeah, you're probably right.
This is what you want to do, right? Draw.
Not usually a great sign when you're down at the other end, your third still doesn't know what shot you're playing. But they're on the same page now by the looks of it. Just going to follow Zach's last shot down there. Hopefully score 1 point. Line looks pretty good, Jen. Definitely going to
Yep,
curl
yep.
enough. They got to watch this.
Yes, gotta go, guys. Yes,
Yeah,
gotta
unfortunately,
go.
the lack of rotation, you can see it's just going
Just killing him.
sideways. It's just, he has really good speed. and it's just not working out. I feel very bad for him because he's
Perfect weight. That's a made shot with an extra rotation and a half or 2 rotations.
or a little bit more ice.
Yeah. Unfortunate start here for Nunavut.
And a steal of 2 for Manitoba, so a 10-0 lead after 3. And welcome back to the Everest Curling Club Championship. We're here live at West Edmonton Mall. Our feature game features Team Manitoba and Team Nunavut, and just a series of unfortunate happenings, I guess you could say. And Nunavut is trailing 10-0 after 3 ends of play. I did ask earlier on my Instagram if anybody had any questions to send them in, and we do have a couple of questions, Brent. One question is, if you are not curling at the highest level, how would you suggest getting started? Or how would you suggest like a novice getting started?
Getting started in the game, well, you got to get to your local curling club and talk to some people and see about the Learn to Curl leagues. If you're asking how do you get started, if you're not at the highest level, how do you get started on that competitive path? I think you got to find a couple of people that are like-minded and put together a bit of a team and a plan and start to practice and, lose some games and learn how to win and, see where it goes from there. I mean, like anything, it's time and effort, practice. Find a coach or somebody that you know and trust that can teach you the things you don't know about the game. But I think it's a great question.
Yeah, and I really think the biggest thing is just getting the fundamentals. When Brent and I do teach curling, and we have had the opportunity to do that, we really focus on the basics. Curling is not complicated. It's tough to learn how to do to start with, but just really focus on getting the fundamentals, because then it will make everything easier in the long run.
Yeah, we still start every practice with that. The first 15, 20 minutes is
set up in the hack and
rock position, line of delivery. We throw out a short broom at the near hog line to make sure it's easy feedback. And then from there we go on to work on making shots.
That's just old age. We don't see as well.
Could be that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to say that because I can still see. But
I know. But yeah, and I think a lot of it too is just watching a lot of curling and just seeing what they're doing and just finding some people that you have fun with, that you can ask questions to and really just get out there and practice. But really, instead of trying to be perfect and watching on TV and seeing what everybody does, just try to get draw weight and try to figure out your delivery so you can slide straight and throw enough rotation. It's one thing that we see a lot when we're teaching, especially at the curling club level, that most people do not throw enough rotation on their stones to really get predictable results, and it really is exemplified when you come to an arena setting.
And I think nowadays, more than ever, I mean, the access to curling games online on YouTube, I mean, the number of games you can watch, the best in the world, and how they talk, we're mic'd up out there, and the amount you can learn from watching. I remember rewatching any Wernick Howard game I could get my hands on for years and years, and just hearing how they interact, the shots they call, why they call it, the weights they throw, even how they throw. So much can be learned just by watching the people you want to play like and trying to copy the things that they do well. So tough start again for Nunavut here. First rock was made well by Hunter, and Andrew put his in decent spots, but then Hunter's next one was asked for a takeout and over curled. And now Manitoba's drawn another one in there. Joshua threw one a little heavy. We got a little pocket developing back there, so an opportunity to get one in a good spot here for Nunavut.
And at the end of the day, it's going to be a tough comeback here for Team Nunavut. They put themselves in a pretty big hole. But you want to leave this game feeling good, like feeling ready for tomorrow, feeling good about draw weight, feeling really good about how you're throwing the stone and the ice. So it's just about trying to make a few shots and leaving this game feeling good.
Yeah, hit that a bit. Hold that out a bit.
And I do think that they would benefit from taking just a little bit more ice. They seem to just not be on the pro side of the miss. We're going to see a little bit of an over curl here again.
Okay.
I have another question here, Brent. Are you ready?
Fire away. Oh, I am ready.
Okay. What is the number one thing that kids should work on when practicing for mixed doubles?
That's a good question. I think the key to mixed doubles, and we talk about this all the time, the team that draws the best wins the game. So I think working on that control and feeling of draw weight and being able to duplicate that and replicate that. And also, obviously, you got to be on the right line. You got to be able to throw it consistently. So it goes back to the same thing Jen was just talking about. It's fundamentals, throwing the rock technically well and the same as yourself over and over again consistently. And then if you can throw the right weight, mixed doubles is certainly a draw game most of the time. And the team that draws the top 4 foot, the top button, makes those little back 8 foot tap backs, that's the team that wins the game every time.
Yeah, totally agree. And then also just the one is communication. Is like being able to communicate with your partner about what the speed is. It's a very fast-paced game, especially when you're playing with the time clocks that you're supposed to be playing mixed doubles with. It's very quick, and you need to be able to communicate information to your partner about the speed of the ice, the different paths, and make sure that you're on the same page. And then also work on making shots without a broom, because you don't often get to shoot at a target in mixed doubles, and you have to figure out how to find your target without a broom. And we can go. Almost
Just
got that one by. Almost a perfect
and if
shot.
you're looking for perfect communication in mixed doubles, obviously you should watch Jen and my games.
Oh, for sure.
See how we interact with each other and how I manage Jennifer throughout the game. Things just aren't going Nunavut's way. That was a good throw there by Greg.
They
Perfect
just
weight
needed to
again.
get on it
Just
a little bit sooner.
feather ticked it, and now another pretty easy shot here for Jack.
Clean. Ball. Curl.
Really got to curl.
Really hard.
I think Jack got this a little bit back on release.
Yeah, he actually jammed it.
That's unfortunate. He's had such a great game. I
Not
think you
happy
got
with himself
to
there.
freeze again, Brent.
Absolutely.
You have that kicker on the side. If you can freeze, you might get the Yellowstone to the top Yellowstone that you're freezing. May go over and catch that one.
Yeah. Yep. That's a ton.
Terry didn't like that one out of his hand.
He kind of got it out wider, though, and sometimes out wider the speed will come off. But that really needs to slow down, I think.
If you don't like the sweepers walking beside it, how do you feel about them walking behind it, Jennifer?
I don't like that feeling.
It's not a
no.
great feeling. We've all been there. He knew right out of his hand. He was the first to say that's a lot.
He won't be happy with himself on that one. So we'll have another same basic takeout attempt from Jack.
Just need a better throw here.
Better throw, he says. He didn't like the way he threw the last one.
Just set it. A little too much outward motion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Made sure he didn't get this.
No, I think
back.
that one had inward motion on Jennifer, and I think he's on the front.
Whoa.
That's a tough pair for Jack. It's not a bad result, especially when you're up 10, but somebody thinks it's unbelievable. They're not super happy about it.
I don't mind going around the corner here, Brent.
Sure.
Spread them out a little bit.
I like it.
I don't know if I like that call, but not bad.
If we're going to do that, let's freeze the red. Yeah, either that or freeze the red on top. Yeah, I'm good with that. Nope.
Cut this out a little bit wide
Grab.
again.
Yep.
And they're starting to curl as the weight
Gonna
comes
be on the
off.
top one here. Was he playing to freeze the back?
Or freeze the top, either
Definitely
or.
gonna be on the top. Doesn't want to cross it here and line this. Oh no. No, he's light. Okay. Thought he was gonna line that up to kill both yellows, but
Yeah, I think it still does.
I don't think you can stuff it and keep the back one, right?
No, you're losing.
You're losing the 7 rock.
yeah, it's a good
thinking
read.
like this.
Yeah, let's try that.
Gonna
I
take
think
it
you're
on.
losing the 7 rock if you stuff it. So might as well try.
The 7.
Like you're.
the 1.
Sorry, that's not a 7
Oh, the
rock. That's a
4,
4 rock.
Yeah.
This rock here, yeah.
Details
Yeah.
matter.
It's like 2/3.
Yeah, I think so.
Even
Yeah.
if we miss and get our own red, whatever.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
throwing it hard
'Kay.
just to. Like even if we stuff it, we get the back one. So
Throw this nice and hard and try and hit it somewhere near the nose. And he thinks if he does that,
I need to say more, Jack. Yeah.
he might be able to kill both the yellows. I don't see anywhere he can hit it and leave both yellows in play.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Yep.
Playing it across the top.
Okay, 6 shots.
Hard to make it that way. I'm not sure that was there to get both, but certainly a good result.
As you can see, here's the double.
Technically, so.
A little thicker, and maybe he gets it, but then the yellow that he hits maybe doesn't go out. So
You're right.
maybe just wasn't quite lined up right.
Need to curl more. Oh yeah, drop.
So we'll see a come around attempt. Try to lie. I don't know if you can lie to Brent. Behind the corner guard, do you think you can get second shot?
Not
Buried.
buried. Maybe he's freezing on the back one. I'm not sure. I'd like to see him take a little bit more ice.
Yeah, just to make sure you lie to. I mean, you're not going to get more than 2 here.
No, because even if you made a great shot, a freeze or around the corner, he's just going to hit the open one. But Wade's certainly due for a break here. He's thrown some good stones with the right weight and just hasn't been rewarded with the right line. See if he can make one here.
Looks like a little bit more rotation on this
A little
stone.
bit tight, though. This is going to run out of real estate, potentially.
Lots of room. Looks like a lot.
I don't think he's got lots
like
of
a
room
lot.
here.
Whoa.
It's onto the back one for sure.
Whoa.
It's a pretty good shot. Nice shot.
There'll be a double attempt coming here.
Yeah. Or I think it's a half, man.
Because he
Feel weight that
bounced, there will be a double.
Right? I think it might be a slight. Yeah, slightly on the thin side. It's not that thin though.
It's not that thin, but no.
Okay. Feel weight.
Yep.
That's too much. It's not gonna curl.
Right there.
I think edge of the rock.
You're showing the out?
Yeah.
Definitely important to know which turn your skip's throwing there. That was a good question there by Zach, making sure. Or sorry, by
weight.
Jack, to Zach. Thin half. There's a chance he could, if he hits this thick, he could go across the top. Jam it.
Whoa.
Looked like a little bit of a wobbly slide,
No,
but he's close.
Super thin.
Gotta curl. More. Good try, Zach.
Okay. Opportunity here for
Draw for 2.
Wade and Team Nunavut to get
2
their
pounds
first
less, eh?
deuce. Updates around the rink here. Alberta with a deuce in the 4th end to take a 4-2 lead on Team Ontario on the women's side. Alberta men trail Nova Scotia 3-0, playing in the 5th. We've got PEI down 7-1 to Northern Ontario. Northern Ontario putting together a good game there on the men's side. And the final game out here is the women, Newfoundland versus BC. Newfoundland was up 4-2. I didn't see what happened. They just finished the 4th end. So some tight games going on out there. Chance for Wade to build some confidence here and get his team on the board with a deuce. Sweepers liked it early.
Need the 8-foot, boys.
I think they thought it was a
you.
little bit light, Brent.
Make sure.
And it's curling.
They don't look panicked yet,
Make
but
sure.
I think they
Keep
should
going,
be.
boys.
It's got to go.
Hard. Keep going.
Just enough.
There's the
Great
juice.
shot for 2.
2 yellow.
And there's a lot of applause. We got lots of Nunavut fans. So it's a 10-2 for Team Manitoba over Team Nunavut after 4 ends of play.
Curling Cares calendar is back for 2023. 25 curling athletes from 7 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
When I grow up, I want to be a superhero. I want to be a firefighter. I want to graduate university. I don't know what I want to be. I want to be an archaeologist. I want to be a scientist. Pilot, coach, carpenter. I'm going to be a curling champion.
Kids dream big. Your support will help them realize their dreams on and off the ice.
I learned to curl when I was 13. I remember how excited I was to go to the club. It always felt special. Because of the game, because it was a place where it didn't matter your age or background. In small towns and in big. It's always the same feeling. The feeling that you're at the heart of a community. Because a curling club is a community. Where veterans, Olympians, Paralympians, and youth battle for glory, one weekend at a time. Curling always felt special to me. Because it is special.
In 1,000 curling clubs across this country, curling invites Canadians to connect and inspires communities to grow. Pride, community, growth. Let's grow together.
Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport. Words we embody. Powerful words. Words that speak to everything we represent. Respect, togetherness, strength. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Please give generously.
And welcome back to the Everest Curling Club Championship, where our feature game is Team Nunavut versus Team Manitoba. Team Nunavut just picked up the big 2 points in the fourth end of play, but they're still trailing by 8. It's 10-2. Team Manitoba in the lead. We're in the West Edmonton Mall. It's just a tremendous atmosphere. Greg Owasco put the ice in here, Brent, and it looked fantastic. It's all I can do to not go and grab my curling shoes.
I do have my curling shoes here from the mixed doubles we just finished. Was that yesterday? But I agree with you. The ice looks fantastic. Super cool venue, great atmosphere. You know, you see all the different provincial colors out there. True national championship here, and lots of fun. Everest Funeral Concierge putting on a world-class event for these athletes.
It really is unbelievable, isn't it?
I haven't heard a negative word yet. I haven't seen anything negative that I could even try to talk about just yet. Strange start here. The guard slipped into the rings, and Andrew down there kind of laughing a little bit at himself for flashing the open hit.
Do you remember your first Brier, Brent?
Why, you ask it like as if I don't remember. I'm
No,
not that old. It's not that long ago.
Do you remember the feeling of arriving there?
Yeah, I do. I remember a lot of things about it. I remember checking into the room, the hotel, first time in the arena, how nervous we were for the first game, how bad I played for the first 2 ends. Yeah, I remember lots of things. Played Pat Ryan in Calgary in the Saddle Dome.
I remember thinking it was magic, and that's the feeling I get when I show up here. Just all the small little details that are taken care of. It just feels like it's magic. It feels like you're part of something just so great and grand.
Absolutely, and back then the Brier, you know, there was some things that happened at the Brier that don't happen anymore, and I think that's part of what's happening here is they're bringing back some of those, you know, personal touches, the social parts, and everything that that maybe the competitive game has lost a little bit. But when was your first Scotties, Jen? I just did some quick math. I'm good at math. It was 2002 was my first Brier, so this is 2022. So this fall, next Brier, that'll be 21 years ago I was at my first Brier. I must have been 12 years old.
Must have been. Me too, because that was my first.
2002?
Mm-hmm, Brandon.
We're the same age then.
Yep.
Make sure you're not heavy, guys.
Top boy.
Something really special and really cool about putting on your provincial colors. No question about it.
Really good.
I don't know. Thought that would curl.
That's one of the most exciting things, I'm sure, for a lot of these players is that the day, you know, that you arrive here. I don't know if they got their uniforms before or when they got here. We used to get them when we got to the Brier. That was always pretty cool to see the uniforms, touch them, put them on. The old Purple Heart you earned, all those crazy things that come along with winning your province.
Hit and roll.
So none of it looking to build some confidence here, maybe make a few more shots. Terry was sweeping that one before Greg let it go, it seemed. And unfortunately, he's overswept it, and this one, I think, is going to jam. Terry looked skyward on that one after it hit, and I think he knows maybe he shouldn't have swept that without anybody saying anything, but he's just trying to help his teammate make the shot.
And they've overcurled on quite a few tonight, so it's you're going to try something different.
Understandable. How did you do in that first Scotties? 2002.
Tiebreaker.
Who won?
Colleen Jones, yeah.
Colleen's run, eh?
It was in Brandon, so it was at home for us, and it was a really cool experience. I remember, you know, the silliest things I remember getting slippers in our room, and I still have them. Those Scotty slippers I have that I still wear. They're 20 years old, and I still have them. I remember thinking it was the best gift ever.
I still have, the one thing I have actually was our gift. I still travel that black leather kind of travel thing where I keep my passport and our American or foreign money. That's from the Nokia Brier in Calgary in 2002. Well, Terry certainly hasn't given up, as you can hear. He's still giving it all he's got on the brush. Couldn't hold that one, unfortunately. Manitoba going to rip the guard off here when they have the opportunity. They don't need any more points.
Play.
So it was a big 3-ender for the BC women's team over there playing against Newfoundland. A 3 in the 4th to go up 5-4. So a tight back and forth there. Traded 3-enders in the 3rd and 4th end there. So lots of action on that sheet. And Alberta men's snapped a 4 against Nova Scotia. Down 3-0 play in the 4th. Cracked a 4-ender. I guess if you are going to give up a 4, being up 3 first is a good idea.
Very good idea.
I mean, if you'd be up 5, it'd be better, but. So lots of tight games going on there. Lots of great shots being made across all the sheets. As Jen said, you know, the ice is fantastic. And the level of play is, I don't want to say it's surprisingly good, but it's, I don't know, maybe I had low I wasn't sure what to expect, but certainly a lot of great shots being made.
Really, really good shots. It's nice to see Team Nunavut like making some changes here, though. And we see a miss wide, but we've missed most things on the over curl. So they're trying to make some adjustments. And again, just getting a feel for the ice. That's key for them heading into tomorrow's game. Just want to make sure they're feeling better about their performance.
As silly as it sounds, and Rich Hart used to say this all the time, I mean, number one, show me you're paying attention. Don't miss the same shot the same way over and over again. And number two, if you are missing tight, maybe throw one so wide you miss it wide and see what that feels like. And it might help you find where you need to be. As simple as that sounds, it was always made sense to me.
It's not curling.
Really running.
If you're really having it hard, if you think you're through, then go ahead. Yeah. You're on it anyway, so.
Another draw a little bit hard from Jack. He's been a little bit heavy on his draws tonight. Nunavut with really no place to hide here. Going to try a freeze on Terry Lichty's last one here. I think you'll see, regardless, Manitoba will try and smash it out of there and keep the play open, and looks like take probably a pretty simple deuce. I think the line's okay, but I think he's just overthrown it again, Jen.
Just a little bit heavy. And again, we're seeing that. We talked about that in both of our other broadcasts, how it's a little bit faster. And we're seeing everybody be a bit heavier in the 5th end.
If any of you teams that aren't playing tonight are in the pub watching this or in your room,
throw less weight.
After they sweep in the 6th, or I guess here, it's after the 4th end. So starting in the 5th, it's going to be 6 to 8 feet faster.
We saw the guard come in this end again. We've seen that in every single game.
All 3 draws.
Line's pretty good. Still not curling much.
It's curling now. Going sideways, guys.
A lot of Manitoba rocks in the rings here, building up. I know Jack doesn't want to throw a guard here, but he is a little bit heavy again. This one's going to just hang on the back, I think. Looks like it just hung on.
I don't mind the first call on mine. The hit and roll, I don't mind if you make it. Yeah.
Switch gears here and play a hit and roll.
I like the freeze, but
haven't had any luck with the freeze, but yeah, I mean, at this point, it's desperation, really.
so they're just going to come and try to play a control weight hit and roll. You can't really roll right on top frozen, so it's just going to be try to roll in front and maybe get a mistake from Team Manitoba.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe a slip double here. Good call there by Terry. Tried to make the slip double, just didn't get them off it quite early enough.
Now, the idea for Team Manitoba here is basically put that stone right back where it was, top 4 foot. As you can see, this rock is over curling. They're trying to get it to curl a bit more so it comes back a little bit steeper and maybe sticks at the back of the 8 foot. But it just didn't quite curl enough, and you hit and roll out. A chance to lie 4 for Zach.
Aim for just behind the tee. Like, kind of make it even with the other back one there.
I would say it's a touch faster.
Touch faster, good communication there.
Yeah, very good.
I would think pretty good.
It's nice to see the thrower when they let it go, give the sweepers some feedback on what they thought. Nothing worse than a guy or a gal throwing a draw and letting it go and
What's there?
not knowing having any idea where they think it is. It's nice for the sweepers to get some confirmation of what we see from the thrower who just had it in their hand, so they should have the best idea.
A little bit heavy here.
He's going to hang on as well.
So now we're going to have to see a freeze attempt from Team Nunavut.
What do you need there?
That is not enough ice, Jen.
No, it's not. Oh,
That
you
is
just took less.
Definitely not enough ice then. Okay. See what Wade can come up with on this one. He's been close with draw weight.
His speed's been outstanding.
It's just been a line
It's just-
challenge,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And that's just release and rotation related, as we say. We sound like a broken record.
It looks like it's got a little bit more rotation, but it looks a little bit tight still. His rocks just have so much finish. They just curl.
Easy.
They're interested. The weight is there.
Whoa,
The line is really good. Just going to overcurl a little bit. And just a little
Really
bit
good attempt.
heavy. Yeah, great attempt.
So it's a pick
In.
pick for 4. They may kill one of theirs in this attempt, but they just really want to remove that from play, and they'll at least score a couple.
Say more? I think a little bit more. You'll get a bit of move with normal. Okay.
And normal weight, eh?
I would be throwing peel probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Normal
to me
weight.
it's either if you want to get real fancy, you're going to throw,
About a third of a rock.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a peel weight shot, I think. But it doesn't matter. If you throw normal weight and hit it in the right spot, play any weight you like. Wants to bring the sweepers into this shot a little bit more.
Really accurate hitter.
Yes.
Hard normal as well, I think.
Hard. Yep. Hard. Hard. Yep. Good up. Good up. Hard.
Looking good. And they,
Did they all stay?
No, I think the back one
Back
left.
one went. That would have
So
been
it's
fancy, but that's a
4
ball.
more points for Team Manitoba. So 4 points in the 5th then for Team Manitoba to go up 14-2. Welcome back to the Everest Curling Club Championship. Our feature game featuring Team Manitoba versus Team Nunavut.
Easy if you can. Give it a second to work. Weight's good. Top 4. It's not curling much yet. All right, Josh. All right, Josh. Keep going a bit. Try to make it good. Yeah, good shot.
Good shot there from Andrew Peck. Drawing the button, getting comfortable with the ice. Manitoba said they're going to use the 5-man rotation, and especially on the 2-game days. Switch out one of the sweepers, give them a rest. I mean, these guys are young, fit dudes. I don't know, but it's nice to see the five-person team becoming more of a regular thing as we see more and more overuse injuries and our seasons are getting longer and longer. Maybe that's just me in my 40s thinking I'd like to play half as many games, but the other way of doing that is not qualifying a lot, and we've managed to do that this year, so I'm not really sore yet.
Oh, you were complaining over the weekend.
Well, mixed doubles, though, that's different. We played 5 games in 32 hours, 36 hours. Mixed doubles doesn't give me any opportunity to be lazy.
You can be lazy.
In 4-person.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, absolutely. I only got to sweep interns. Half the shots are out turns.
Bit of room. Easy if you can.
That actually takes me into one of the next questions that came in, Brent. Somebody, I'm just going to look here.
Just to it. Line's getting better.
It says here, with directional brushing, would we ever see teams permanently go to 3 players? So you'd say no.
I don't know. I think probably you're probably going to see a rule, and this is just my thought, a rule that you have to have 4 players. I don't know why 3-player teams have had so much success. I mean, part of it is the sweeping. You only need 1 person a lot of the times. I have played games with 3 players, and it is more comfortable. You get to throw that extra rock. You get more comfortable with draw weight. You're throwing more draws. It can go both ways. When you struggle, it sucks, but when you're feeling good out there and having that extra shot, I think there's a big, almost an advantage. You know, Team Edin, Oscar Eriksson, he won a slam with 3, and then he won a tour event with 3. Obviously, Gusha winning the Brier last year with 3. So I don't know. I don't think you're going to see it go permanently where people, you know, the prize money certainly splits better 3 ways than 4 ways. That's just math. But I do think there's going to be some kind of rule probably put in place where, you know, maybe you need 4 players, and I don't know why. I just think probably just because it's always been that way. That seems to be why we make some rules in our sport. But an interesting question, an interesting discussion. Why are 3-person teams having so much success? What do you think, Jen?
I don't know if there's going to be a rule, but I do. I would think, for me personally, throwing that extra rock would be a massive advantage, actually.
Yeah, well, you're a skip, so you don't get to.
No, sorry. I know, but as a player, it's just the more draws and the more touch shots you can play, like the better it is.
Save sweeping 1 rock too.
Okay, whoa. That's a good spot.
You guys set up the little rocks in Manitoba. We give away one of these cut-off farm rims with electrical tape all over them. If you guys sign up the little rocks in Manitoba, they give you an old rim covered in electrical tape.
Those are treasured.
Terry taking a little jab at Joshua's Mike McEwen sliding broom, saying when you graduate from Little Rocks, do they give you an electrical taped up corn broom to slide with?
You can't find those anymore, so any corn broom player, they protect them.
Oh, absolutely.
They're treasures. Mike must take very good care of his.
He does. It fits in his suitcase. It doesn't go with the regular brooms. It can't hang out with the regular brooms.
Oh, really?
It goes in his suitcase. An old teammate of mine, Wayne Medall, used to think that there should be a rule that every player only gets 1 broom. So if you need a sliding broom, you don't get a sweeping broom.
Big roll.
Maybe try and move these a bit. So normal.
I don't think the Manitoba Tuckers would like that rule.
Leave them go. It's good.
Oh. Good throw, Josh. Staying curl.
Really some nice practice throws here for both Manitoba and Nunavut, knowing the outcome of this game has long been decided. But a good chance to just be comfortable out here, make some shots, be comfortable with the curl and the ice and the speed. But I think they're all probably looking forward to, you know, the traditional beer after the game here. But Terry has certainly not given up. You can hear it. Looks like a double takeout here. Great shot there by Greg. Manitoba choosing to double peel the guards here rather than hit the open one. I'm not sure if he thinks he'll come in there and get that other one in the house, but I don't think it comes that far back to the left. Probably goes through somewhere in the button, but not the other side.
Who's the best angles person that you ever played with, Brent? Oh.
Not me, obviously.
Shot.
Madaw was always really good at angles. He was also good at just being sure of what he said, and sometimes confidence leads things a long way. I mean, it's amazing how the drag and all those, even that one there, how playing for as long as I have, it's still hard to read exactly where they're going.
Depends on the striking band sometimes.
It does. There's a difference from rock to rock. The more striking, the wider the striking band, the more drag there is. That's why there's no drag on pool balls, right? If you freeze them together, they don't react like curling stones because there is no drag. But, I've been fortunate. I've played with a ton of great players, and obviously Glenn Howard and Rich and Wayne Madaw and Kevin Cooey, all great at reading angles, and not just reading them, but hitting them in the right spot. It's great to be able to read the angle. If you can't hit it in the right spot, it's really irrelevant. But, Kevin Martin was always a guy that fully understood where rocks were going and, where you needed to hit different things. And so it just becomes, for most top players, it just becomes a feeling. It's not something that needs to be lined up. You can just kind of look at it and, from all the experience, but certainly a big part of the game.
Do you think a thick 2/3 is 3/4?
Yeah, that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Why did I just say thick 2/3?
No, we were playing mixed doubles this weekend. I said I had to hit 3/4, and you're like, yeah, a thick 2/3.
Yeah, which meant I thought you had to hit 2/3, and that's my way of telling you.
Oh, okay. I hit 3/4, made it perfect.
Perfect communication there. I don't want to tell you you're wrong. I just want to suggest that maybe there's another place to hit it.
I mean, you hit it where you needed to.
Yeah, that's kind of like the difference when somebody says hack or firm hack or easy board or board. Like I've never understood where I grew up. There's only 4 feet between the hack and the board, so there can't be too many weights between hack and board, can there?
No, there cannot. For me, when I say just hack, you want to make sure that you don't overthrow it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and I get that for sure. I think, as you said earlier, you made a point that it's a pretty simple game for the most part, and I think we as humans, we can complicate anything.
Oh, the Manitoba fans!
Wow, they got
Love
some
it.
headshot cutouts.
They've got some parents coming, I hear. Love it.
Even the Dynasty Team Manitoba sweaters out in full force in the stands here.
Yep.
I think it's an easy game to complicate as well, though, was where I was headed.
Clean. Keep going. Yep. Clean. Yep. Okay.
In or out?
Gotta think this is going to be the last end of this game. I don't know what the requirements are for the minimum number of ends that Curling Canada has on these games, but I gotta think, it looks like they're going to be down 12 or 13 points. That's probably enough with only 2 ends to go.
Let's do an update, yeah.
So Alberta stealing one on Team Ontario on the ladies' side there in the 5th end. Chrissy, I saw, had a tough angle raise for 2 and just over curled, so 5-2 Alberta playing in the 6th. And it looks like Cadoran's going to have to come up with a skips deuce, so this could be her last to draw against. Alberta, Nova Scotia on the men's side tied at 4 after snapping that big 4-ender. Alberta then forced Nova Scotia. They're tied with playing 6 and in control of that game. Northern Ontario PEI. Northern Ontario continues to be out front 8-1. That game is all but decided. And then on the far sheet there, we've got Newfoundland and BC women's game in a tight one. 5-5 playing the 6th end. Looks to me like BC has the hammer and has Newfoundland in some big trouble late in the end.
I'm an elegant guy.
and also just feathered the guard. Disaster. Newfoundland in massive trouble there in that ladies game with BC.
Whoa. Whoa. Way off. Whoa.
Looks like he's trying to hit and stay, Brent.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Yep.
Yeah, and then Nunavut will have an open shot here. Wade Kingdon will have an open hit for one to finish this game up. As I said, I would think this will be it, but it would be nice to finish on a high note and a made shot. Wade's going to throw the intern hit here. Looks like he's going to throw somewhere around control. Wade.
Yep.
Terry thought he was a little bit narrow. Sweepers aren't listening.
Oh, you threw a lot more. I got you.
I think we got a...
and a hit, and oh no, blank end.
Yeah. Still good enough.
Still good enough.
And that's the end of this game. It was great to see Team Nunavut, great teamwork and trying to come back in this game. Another great performance by Team Manitoba. I think we're going to see them near the end of the week in the playoffs. And for that, that's our first day. We're signing off from West Edmonton Mall at the Everest Curling Club Championship. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back at 12:30 with more action.